Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, Fabulites. This is Angela, and I have got questions for you. What opens with the ladies in various ways getting ready for the girls' trip to New Orleans, and what closes with Dr. Jackie telling the ladies in New Orleans, y'all my girls. If you guessed, Married to Medicine, Season 4, Episode 4, Black Girl Magic or Black Girl Tragic, then you're correct. I'm Angela. Thank you so much for clicking on the video and sticking around to see how we get from opening to closing. The channel is Be Fabulous You. If you are a subscriber, welcome. If you're a watcher, welcome back. Go ahead and subscribe. If you we're working on 200 subscribers. So let us proceed and see how we get from opening to closing. So we got quiet in the closet, literally. We see Dr. Contessa with a client. We see Dr. Heavenly with her daughter Alora doing homework. Alora, I guess, is one of the ladies on the show. We're in Dr. Jackie's office, and she's saying how she sets the tone for the office, and she's been working more since all of the stuff has gone on. And I see about 5, 7, 10 people there I don't know nothing about. Dr. Jackie, I didn't get the memo. I thought it was just you and the other 2 women. She got a full business going. She ain't got time to be having a bad day because of Mr. Curtis and his choices. She must keep it moving. And I kind of agree. I mean, you can't help it. Sometimes you're just going to have a bad moment, a bad day, But it ain't no sense in wallowing in it. I mean, you keep it moving as much as you can. Certainly at work. So we see her with a client, and she's saying, hey, you're all clear. I looked at your test stuff. Everything is going good. I ain't got to see you till next year unless, of course, something is going on, something unusual. You come in then. But other than that, I'll see you next year. Okay, bye. And the woman is like, okay, but wait, how you doing? And Dr. Jackie is like, and it made me think about the fact that when she got on the show, I'm sure because she has been a breast cancer survivor, I think that she's probably has a consciousness of having a public private life. But also she has a private life. But with this whole thing with Curtis, her private life has just exploded all over the public. And being on a reality show, it adds a whole nother layer of stuff to the stuff. And she not really, I don't think the most comfortable she kind of expresses with her clients asking her about personal stuff. She's probably happy to talk to them about the personal trials and tribulations of breast cancer. But she probably don't really want to be talking to people about what's going on with her and her husband. And she probably doesn't want people asking about it. But it's all over the TV. It's all over the blogs. People know. So they're asking because they're concerned. She probably understands that they're asking because they're concerned and they care about her. And they're giving her unsolicited advice. But what's she going to do? She signed up to be on the show. I bet you if she had known 3, 5 years ago this was going to happen, she would not have signed up to be on this show. But she can control herself. She can manage her image. But you can't manage another person. Okay, so, we got that going with Dr. Jackie. Then we see Toya talking to Dr. Eugene. They're on a picnic. She's planning a picnic. They're consciously trying to do more date nights. And I just need to say more dates, spend more time together. That, I don't want to talk about his weight, Dr. Eugene's weight, because, is that his name? Dr. Eugene's weight, just gratuitously. But I just want us to have a conversation. One, I know that he works nights, and when I work nights, and I did research about it, it can really throw your system off working nights and taking good care of your body and taking good care of your system. And, weight gain is one of the things that I think you can be concerned about, because I know that I would eat and go to sleep, and it was just weird. But also I'm concerned about, I want us to just see him and not criticize him for his weight, but just see him and let it be a reminder to all of us to take good care of ourselves, take better care of ourselves, keep improving the care that we take of ourselves, and supporting our loved ones and taking good care of themselves. Because he look a little chubby, Miss Toya, and I want while we concerned about him masturbating and all of that, I want us to be concerned about his health as well. Like his sexual health is important, but I'm concerned about what's going on physically. Do you understand what I'm saying? What's that in the backyard? Oh my God. Okay, let me stay focused. Okay. So we find out, I guess this is like a repeat. I had missed it, but Toya has a $150 a day budget. She's used her budget to buy the basket. I think she meant the basket, not the food inside, because it probably wasn't plastic plates. It was probably like china, in the little basket with the forks and the spoon. It was a nice little cute little thing, I guess, if that's what you want to spend your money on. And she probably saved up her allowance some weeks and use it, whatever. $150 a day is plenty. For most of us, I guess. Okay, so we're still on the masturbation conversation, and I got a little stressed because Toya is like talking about her father. I'm like, please don't say anything about your father and his masturbation. I already got TMI. I've already had an overload of your daddy and his sexcapades. But she kind of they end up talking about the fact that her father, his behavior and her relationship to his behavior kind of contributed to her having trust issues, and also like the linkage between sex and emotions, and seeing that there was like a breakdown with her father between sex and emotions, and that being a challenge in their relationship. And I thought the whole conversation she had with her husband and her husband had with her was really cute. I really appreciate it. But basically, they're kind of talking about the fact that he's saying, well, my parents wouldn't sit down and talk like this, but I'm able to sit down and talk like this. You had your father and you have some issues, but, and that affected you in a certain way, but you're able to, kind of move beyond that. And we're growing and we're developing and we're doing it together. We're a team. We're a unit. We're a partnership. We husband and wife. I was like, yay, I like that. It was healthy, and, they were working on their relationship, and they seemed to have a consciousness, and I was here for it. I like to see that. Yeah, we like to see that. Then we see Quad in her kitchen. She's cooking. Quad's test kitchen, because she knows she's working on her book, Romance on the Table. So Quad is, saying, not that I agree with the Dr. G's opinion all the time, but he's, he's always going to tell me exactly what he thinks. And I do have 2 ears to listen. I'm like, go ahead, girl. We got 2 ears and 1 mouth. So we should listen twice as much as we talk half as much as we listen. But anyway, so I was like, oh, okay, I hear you, girl. Then Quad is like, to loop back to what happened on the last episode, or, this is a no cheating zone. There's 0 tolerance for cheating here. If you were to cheat on me, it's basically 98% sure that we won't be together anymore. It's only a fool that, any fool knows that you don't start a relationship when you're in a marriage. And Dr. G is like, oh, it wasn't a relationship. I'm not exactly sure what Dr. G's position is. But, Quad, I appreciate Quad saying, well, let's just, we do understand that adultery is wrong. Let's talk about where we stand and what's going on with us. So it causes a little tension. Quad ends up getting up, or a lot of tension, a little tension. Quad ends up getting up from the table, and then they putting up the food, and they continue to argue. And Quad is like, well, I just don't feel that you appreciate me. I'm going to need you to appreciate me. And Dr. G is like, well, I show you my appreciation through my work. I pay all the bills. And I want to take a moment to pause there, because different people are different. People have different love languages and different ways of showing things. Like the guy on the movie Fences, or the play Fences, he his son is like, you don't like me. And his father is like, you got clothes on your back, you got food in your stomach, you got a place to live. That's because I go to work every day, because I am responsible to you. You are my son. I love you. I don't gotta like you. I love you. And that's, some people are like that. So I was wondering last episode, is that Dr. G's language? He might not, even though he's a therapist, I don't know why he wouldn't use your words, bro. I don't know why he wouldn't have the words to express appreciation and affection, but different people are different. So maybe he might be brilliant with other people, but not brilliant with his own relationship. We don't know. But he says that he pays the bills, and that's his way of showing, and she's like, well, you don't pay all the bills, you just pay the bills that benefit you. He said, no, I pay all the bills. She said, you don't pay my car bill. And then I'm like, well, don't that benefit him? I mean, wouldn't you want your wife to have good, reliable transportation? Is it that she wanted a Toyota, or you wanted her to have a Toyota and she wanted a Jag? Or, I don't really understand. I heard somebody say on a review that she has a luxury car, and I was like, oh, I didn't know that. But I did know that it was weird for her to be, and they were like, she carrying oil around in the back of her car. I'm like, yeah. Thai Couture, they do reviews too. I love their reviews, his review and his partner's review together. So anyway, he doesn't really dispute when she says that she pays her car note. And then that he's talking about it's a partnership. And I didn't really understand what point he was making. Was he saying it's a partnership so she should pay half the bills? Was he saying it's a partnership so she should cook and clean and he does the bill, he makes the money? I didn't really understand what his point was, but he did assert that. And then then Quad is like, love is not a monetary thing. And Dr. G, so they kind of, it's escalating. And Dr. G is like, I've been taking care of you since the day I met you. And you ain't nothing but disrespectful. And you ain't got no appreciation. Then he leave the house, he drive off. And I was kind of like confused by that, because Doc Quad is like, you ain't been taking care of me since the day you met me. And I was trying to understand the logistics. Like, how did that work? Hi, I'm Angela. Hi, here's a check for $20,000. I mean, how would he be taking care of her since the day he met her? I mean, that seemed like a really bold, confusing assertion to me. Like, it's like, if that's true, Dr. G, how did that come to be? How you meeting somebody and taking care of them? It's like if you adopted a child and you were like, I've been taking care of you since the day I met you. I adopted you, I met you, and I've been, taking care of you because you my adopted child. That I could conceive of that. I'm like, okay, I can get that, but I don't understand how that works with a grown woman who has a job. Wasn't she in medical sales? I mean, did you buy her off I could understand also if like 90 Day Fiance, when the people come over and you're their sponsor, you're the American, you're sponsoring them, but then you still not taking care of them since the day you met them, because you met them before they came over. But since the day you came to this country, I've been taking care of you. I'm responsible for you for 10 years because this C9, G9 visa situation. I didn't understand. But it's looking kind of rough for the home team. Yeah. So, and I don't, I only got a few pages of notes. And when I've recorded this the first time, I had a glitch, a technical glitch. But I was talking way too much about all of this stuff. But I don't think Quad does not come across to me as a woman who just got swept up in love. So I'm sort of curious about some of these conversations. Like, I'm not exactly clear how she's in this position with him. I don't know if now that feels like relatively established on the TV shows and whatever other hustle she has going on, that she ready to move on. I don't know. Because, some people are like, well, she's an attractive woman. What is she doing with him? She want somebody who's young and takes good care of themselves, like she takes good care of herself. But they do seem to have like an incompatibility that it seems like I suspect, I don't know, but that I would have noticed in the dating process. She didn't notice it in the dating process. I mean, I just don't get the impression of her being swept away and then you wake up and you married to somebody and you like, who you? What's your values? What you believe? So I don't know. Did I say I don't know? Because I don't know. So we see Dr. Simone, and she's at home, and Dr. Cecil comes in, and she tells him that she talked to her castmates, to the girls, she says, about Cecil and the other side of C-Wit. That's her nickname for him. The nasty side that he saves just for her. I'm like, don't be saving the nasty side for me. Shit, what kind of damn marriage is that? That don't say the nasty for me, bro. And she says that she feels that he's very mean and critical and of her, that she don't give him enough sex and she don't clean the house enough, and Cecil feels that they're not spending enough time together, and she feels that they are, and then they end up having a conversation or an argument about when she came in and she just go into the other room, she get her dinner and go into the other room, and she like, well, I sat here and you just had your laptop open, and I just feel like, well, y'all are both on the same page. If he want to spend time with you and you want to spend time with him, don't just sit there and say, well, you didn't close your laptop. Say, hey, baby, close your laptop. Let's enjoy dinner together. And if she going in the other room, don't just be like, oh, she going in the other room. Say, hey, baby, come stay. Spend time with me and eat. I'm going to close my laptop. You know, y'all on the same, y'all want the same thing. We could get it together. So I was kind of like, yeah, but dang. So it's looking a little rough over there too. Then we're with Dr. Jackie. She like outside of at a plaza type, like a work plaza type situation. And Dr. Simone pulls up. They having lunch. Dr. Jackie updates Simone on the Fitney field day and the drama there. And then Curtis has been out the house for 6 weeks. We find out, so we get that update. I hear she filed for divorce 3 days after the thing went public, you know, and I don't know if it's 3 days after she found out, but he been out the house 6 weeks. That's, you know. And then Simone pitches a girls' trip to New Orleans. Then we're at Dr. Heavenly's house, and she's in her closet, and Dr. Heavenly is having Alora help her to pack for New Orleans, and she's talking to Alora about Toya and Contessa. And I guess Alora is just like her plot device to explain what she's doing and why, because I don't really understand, you know, or I don't know. But yes, so she's talking to her, it's a child 9-11, the baby girl, about, you know, grown folks business, or I don't know, maybe it's like an opportunity to help her daughter. But anyway, the stuff the child Heavenly be talking about seem foolish anyway, and I think the daughter know it's foolish and it's just for TV. And so we're at Contessa's house, and she's packing also, and Miss Renee comes in. Miss Renee is the NWA, the nanny with attitude. And she gets Miss Renee has her glass and her bottle, and she's sitting down, and Contessa is in the interview, she's like, you know, my nanny, you know, Miss Renee, she tell me what to do and think I'm supposed to do it. But when I give her instructions, she just think my instructions are suggestions. But we love it. And Dr. Contessa loves it too, because it's like family. She's like, she treats me like one of her children. And I like that. And I like that too, because it's like, if she feels like you're her child, then she feels like your children are her grandchildren. It's a good, wholesome, healthy environment, as opposed to somebody who's just working. You know, it's like it's all love here. So I like that. So she likes it too. And then Contessa is explaining to the trip and the group dynamics to Mama Renee. And Mama Renee is saying that she's hoping that the group brings out Dr. Contessa's alter ego, Dr. Gangsta Biatch. And I'm like, oh my, we don't want to see that alter ego. I like seeing her as, you know, the wife and the mother and the professional, and she got children and she grown and she act like a grown woman. I know everybody ain't perfect and she ain't got to be perfect, but let's keep it, you know, dignified. Let's keep it dignified. I don't want to see the alter ego. I don't think. I'm watching a reality show. So just a little, I don't know. Shoot. Then we see Dr. Simone. She's at the North House. Cecil comes in, and Dr. Simone is packing for Nola. And I was kind of like, Cecil came in. He just got a key to the North House. I'm like, I guess that's his house. And then I'm like, does she have anybody in there? And I would have heard about it, of course. But I was kind of like, I was just wondering. She don't have anybody there. But Cecil didn't know about the girls' trip. And I'm like, whoa, that's kind of intense. And I feel like we need some extra therapy sessions. Stat! That's what they say, right? Stat! Immediately. So that seemed kind of intense to me. And then Simone is like, well, you're planning your golf trip. And I had to hear about it through the grapevine. Where you going, the exact days. And Simone is like, I don't want to be crowded. And I was kind of like, okay. Well, she's been married for 20 years. My first marriage lasted, 9 years. We were married. My second marriage is about 10 years in. So, and every marriage is different. So, but I'm like 20 years, I guess. I guess she know what she doing, but I'm kind of like, girl, what you do? What y'all doing? Y'all, I feel like it's. I'm starting to get stressed about this. Y'all got to communicate and talk. So then we're at the airport to go. Toya is there and Doc Heavenly is there. Simone is there. Jackie arrives. We find out that Dr. Contessa's baby girl had a dental emergency, which was resolved, and she'll be coming later. Quad arrives. Then Enola, they take a party bus from the airport to the hotel. On the party bus, Toya is like, we not gonna focus on the past, and everybody is like, yes. And then Dr. Simone is like, we gonna self-reflect. I'm like, that's kind of like focusing on the past, but I guess you just quickly get to the past and go forward and renew. And everybody's like, yes. And then Simone asks everyone, what one thing would you work on about you? And Dr. Jackie is like, tolerance. I need to be more tolerant. Dr. Heavenly is like, impatient. I need to be less impatient. And then Dr. Simone is like, well, I gotta stop yelling if I'm gonna keep my marriage together. And Dr. Jackie is like, the only way this child is going to stop yelling is to take out her vocal cords. I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay, and then they ask Quad, and Quad is like, well, I don't know. And I'm kind of like, okay. Toya is like, well, if she thinks she ain't perfect, that's what's wrong with her. I'm like, it might be the first thing. We all got something to work on, girl. Quiet. We all got something to work on. But she probably don't want to talk about it on camera with these people, I guess. Then we at the hotel. It's the Saint Hotel. They got 2 suites, the Michael suite and the Lucifer suite with the stripper pole. Then Dr. Contessa arrives, and Dr. Heavenly is like, she not part of the Fab Five. It's not an elite group anymore. And then Dr. Simone is like, okay, so there are 6 of us here, and the business at hand is who stays where, and we'll draw straws, and I'm going to stay in here. So if your straw matches mine, then you're in the suite with me. And then Quad and Heavenly and Contessa are in the Michael suite. Simone, Toya, and Jackie are in the Lucifer suite. Then the next day, we see the ladies out walking the NOLA streets. They go to, Dr. Contessa went to Xavier. They go to a bar, it's probably famous. Toya is given 3 reasons why Eugene gave her for him to masturbate, and the group is really not receptive to this line of conversation. Then Toya is like, well, what's the difference between your husband cheating on you, Dr. Jackie, and my husband jerking off? And everybody is like, and I was like, and Jackie is like, it's another person, STDs. But look, Toya, the real question is, it seems like you're concerned about you might cheat. Is that what you're concerned about, that you're going to cheat? And Toya is like, well, I feel like my needs are not being met. People been saying that. And then to Quad, she like, you don't feel like that? You know, how often are you getting it? And Quad is like, none ya. And Toya is like, then I'm not going to discuss nothing personal with you. And Quad is like, that's cool. And then Toya is like, that's cool. And then we have a conversation with Dr. Heavenly where she says lying is a line crosser. It's at the same table. And then Dr. Contessa feels like she's straight up and honest. And Toya is like, well, I feel like Dr. Heavenly was lying on me when she was calling me messy. And Dr. Heavenly is like, well, you are messy. That's not a lie. I feel that it's true, so it's true. But I'm sorry, you're a true friend. And Laura told me you're a true friend, and boo hoo 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 hoo. I'm grateful to have you in my life. And then Toya is like, well, I accept your apology, but you don't even have to apologize. And then Dr. Jackie is like, thank you all for being here for me. I know y'all are trying to be here for me. And that was the end of the episode. So I only had a few pages of notes, but I guess I had a lot of comments because this is the second time I recorded the video, and it was over 20 minutes the last time too. So I guess I just have a lot of commentary, but that's what I got. I'm Angela again. The channel, look at my hair sticking right there. This one. The channel is Be Fabulous You. Like, comment, subscribe. We're working on 200 subscribers. Share this video. Enjoy your day. It's the best day ever. You are the greatest. You are the #1 you. So be you. Be fabulous. Be fabulous you. Be you. Be fabulous. Be fabulous you. Be you. Be fabulous.